Hey guys, what's up? I did not plan on streaming tonight, but I just got a new update. Repentance Plus is here. Repentance Plus is here. That's what it's saying right here in the patch notes. So I thought I might as well hop on and talk about it a little bit. And I already messed around with the online, because this is also the patch that introduces co-op online mode. And I must say, very disappointing so far. But let's talk about it. Hope all of you are doing well on a Monday evening. So, what does Repentance Plus bring forth to the game? Because I literally just finished doing all achievements, right? Well, 3 new achievements were added, related to online mode. I think I already have some of them. Oh no, apparently I don't. Because I didn't... Wait, no, I did play an online match. I don't know. Anyway, I guess we'll figure out those achievements later. But what we're looking at here is going to be the patch notes. And it introduced a whole array of balance changes, along with the update to introduce online co-op itself. However, it's worth pointing out that the online co-op is in beta currently. And beta indeed it is. It's very rough on the edges so far, but we'll talk about it. So we can see all they mention, where you can send feedback to them to their email, blah blah blah. This is what it looks like. Basically, you have up to 4 players that can play in the same run, and each player can have their own character chosen, as well as having their own individual actives, passive items, trinkets, cards, runes, pills, etc. And anytime you clear a boss, it actually gives you it gives you a succession of boss drop pedestals based on the number of players you have in your play session. So if you have 4 players, then it'll have 1 boss item at a time in the pedestal, and each time you pick up the boss item, it'll create a new boss item for the other players to pick up as well. So it's a really nice thing that they incorporated to make sure that having more players doesn't become like a downside. Yeah, so yeah, there are achievements, there are unlocks in online play. There's a bunch of options as well that online added, like so that you can filter through different lobbies and rooms, and so that you can find the exact people that you want to play with. But yeah, the actual experience of playing online is pretty rough. It's like if it were like a fighting game from, I don't know, 2013 with, you know, netcode or like an online mode that was an afterthought, and and that afterthought entailed really bad delay based. That's basically what the online mode is for Isaac currently. It's really bad. Even with just like 2 players, if your connection between each other is not strong enough, it's just super laggy. And from what I've heard, playing by oneself in online mode is also laggier than playing in the regular single player modes. I haven't tried it myself, but that's what I've heard. But suffice to say, super rough experience playing online. Even if you're just like chilling and not taking it so super seriously, it's hard not to notice how much latency there is in player inputs. And it just makes Isaac a lot harder to play because it's an action game, and you know, the ability to dodge enemies is directly correlated with reaction time in many cases. So it's truly unfortunate. I guess you could say it's an interesting experience in that, you know, hey, you get to play like a completely different game, you know? You get to play the game under a different setting, which allows for you to see things differently because, you know, the lag induced means that you got to fight enemies in a way that, you know, you might not be able to dodge just in time. You have to dodge preemptively for everything, for example. But given that you have multiple players in your play session, you know, it's compensated because, you know, you have massive damage no matter what enemies you're engaging with. Those are my like general thoughts on online so far. I'll probably submit feedback because yeah, it was super rough. But They did label it beta, so I'm glad that they're not like going overboard with the marketing of this. They made it very clear that it's beta. They indicated it on the Steam store page. And it's a free DLC update. It's not a paid DLC update, although it does require repentance in all the previous DLCs in order to obtain. But that being said, it is free, and they make it clear that it's a beta in the banner art, so yeah. But anyway, let's talk about the patch notes, because I think that's actually the more interesting part of this patch, this update. That's the part that will pique most people's curiosity, I would say. So, some of the item changes that they brought, and I think it was already hinted at prior, but basically all the changes that they would do would only be buffs. That was what they were saying, right? And whatever that means, you know, we're about to see right here, right? But overall, it's not like item balance was like in a bad state necessarily. It's more so like there's some, you know, edge case combinations that maybe needed addressing or maybe needed fixing, but otherwise there wasn't like a great need to like buff or nerf items in my opinion. But you know, changing things up sometimes is fine. Hey Frafra, what's up? You wonder how they'll handle teleports? Also, would friendly fire be a thing? No, you can't like hit your own teammate with your tiers, but you can bomb your own teammates just as you would be able to if you were playing single player. So that's a thing. So basically, if there's any explosions, I'm pretty sure they can hit your teammates. And for teleports, if someone teleports to like a different room, everyone else teleports as well. Although I don't think that's applied for like teleport squares. You know, the squares that like move you from, it's like a tile and it teleports you from like one part of the room to the other part of the room. I don't think those affect all players, but I do believe that if you use like the stars card or the fool card, everyone will teleport along with you. Time to YOLO those pills. Yeah, that seems to be what people are doing so far. Just pop every pill because, you know, who cares? You have 4 people. It's pretty hard to lose when you have 4 people. So, you know, do whatever you want, right? But yeah, there's gonna be interesting online meta that will take place for anyone that deeply explores co-op. I think it's nice that they're adding this, but obviously in terms of like the performance of it and the execution of it right now, it's not in a great state, and I hope they improve it over time. I hope they don't just leave it like it is right now, because it's legit like really bad delay based. Like it reminded me so fondly of the fighting games we used to play like way before, you know, the COVID era where every fighting was getting rolled back, way before Fightcade rose to popularity. You know, I'm talking like 2013 Arc System Works anime fighting games, delay based netcode levels of bad. So it's pretty funny. I think it was worse than, honestly, it's worse than most fighting game delay based netcodes I've played. It was comparable enough to like Bleach Dark Souls DS download play when we played that, because that was pretty bad. I think it was comparable to that. But yeah, anyway. Alright, so the item changes, right? Yeah, I don't really have many opinions on what they should or shouldn't change. I was hoping for a Jar of Wisp buff, but like more so like out of hope and not necessarily like thinking it needed it. But spoiler alert, Jar of Wisp did get buffed, and this is probably the thing that I'm most excited about in this changelog, other than a couple of other quality of life changes that were added. But here we go. So Tammy's head, they reduced the duration of the animation when using it, allowing Isaac to fire more quickly after use. Yeah, so Tammy's head had like a really long animation. Basically, you'd use the active item. It's a single charge active item. You can only use it once per room. And you go in a long animation before you fire, or while you're firing like tiers in all the cardinal directions, right? Yeah, the issue was that because the animation was long, you couldn't actually shoot tiers during that animation, and it left you pretty vulnerable. So reducing the animation is a pretty nice quality of life change, I would say. And hopefully that'll allow it to be used with less pain, but it's not like a big deal. Lemon mishap. So they increased the size of the puddle, and the puddle will now persist until Isaac exits the room. This change right here is a big change. The puddle persists until you leave the room. That's huge. Lemon mishap is already pretty good, but it's also like really low area of effect, or small area of effect. And you know, 2 charges. It's not like the super high impact active item that you'd want to keep for most of the run, but it was not like the worst necessarily. It still functioned as it needed to, but this buff is pretty big, especially with the persisting until you leave the room. Definitely allows for some of the trickier rooms in early floors to be cleared with much less pain. There's high enemy density, things like that. All right, and then Mega Bean creates a catastrophic fart that sweeps the entire room. I don't even remember what Mega Bean is. Is that the one that like creates the little shockwave that you can open in secret rooms? I'm not sure, but I have no opinion. Even if I did know what it did, I have no opinion on this. Seems like they're targeting like the so-called lesser regarded items with these changes. That's the sense I get so far, at least. In any case, Milk is next. The familiar now closely follows behind Isaac and blocks shots. After 10 hits, the glass will break and give Isaac a tears upgrade for remainder of the floor. This is interesting. So before Milk, basically if you took damage, it gave you fire rate up for the room, and then it disappeared after you left the room. So now it's like a defensive familiar that gives you fire rate up for the remainder of the floor if it breaks. That's very interesting. Like I'm not really like of the opinion that Milk needed this change, but also this is pretty cool. This is pretty nice, I guess. At least if you like try to trigger the 10 hits on purpose, you can get a tears up if you need it in that situation. And for remainder of the floor is not bad. But it's not like an insane change that, you know, completely warps the game or anything. Now, this next item is probably considered the worst angel item in the game, in the pool. Delirious. It's a 12 charge active item that before, it used to summon a random boss that lasted for the room. And usually it would spawn, like it would give you a boss that spawns enemies that allow you to have like more things that can fight for you. But because it lasted only for the room, it was such a waste, and it was 12 charges, so it was legit like the worst thing you could see in Angel Room. But now, here's what it says it's gonna do. It summons bosses that persist through rooms. Only one boss can be active at a time. The charge is now variable based on the quality of the previously summoned boss. This is very, very nice of a change. Like, it definitely makes Delirious way better. It's not like a super top tier angel item with this change regardless, but this definitely makes it like fine to see. I would say it's fine to see this now. Like, you can use it, it will put in a lot of work for you, because a lot of the bosses that this would spawn do spawn enemies for you, and they spawn quite often. Not to mention, a lot of these bosses are pretty tanky and can last quite long, so it'll last long enough perhaps for you to be able to get through to the next usage of it before that boss would die. So, and the fact that it's variable, I don't know what the different charges will be, but of course people will be on that soon, I imagine. But this is a pretty cool change, I would say. Again, I'm not like, oh, this needed the change, but obviously this was the worst angel item, and it's clear the devs were aware of that, so this change is nice to bump up its power level a little bit and make it not super frustrating to see in your angel room. And then again, I've already mentioned this, but this is the one I rejoiced at the most, and I kind of said it a little jokingly. Let me quickly change screens and pull up a Discord message that I sent some time ago. But basically, I was like, oh yeah, if they changed Jar of Wisp, that would be sick, right? Maybe, okay, here's what I said. I said, maybe they'll make Jar of Wisp good. Let me, give me a second, guys, sorry. Maybe they'll make Jar of Wisp good. I have the date of this screenshot too, so you guys will know that I'm not fibbing here. Okay, there we go. So maybe they will make Jar of Wisp good. This was sent on October 12th, so a little over a month ago. This is when we knew that there was going to be a patch, and Jar of Wisp was one of my favorite items, but it was a little rough to see in the Angel Room most of the time. It's really good when you get it earlier into a run, but otherwise it's like, yikes. You probably don't really want to keep it over other active items. But now, let's see what they changed about it. Reduced to a 6-room charge. 6-room charge, guys. From 12 charges, what it used to be. Allowing for the wisp to stack up to the maximum number more quickly. That is a massive change in its power level. Like, this went from maybe like on the lower end of angel items to probably like a top mid-tier angel room item, I would say, at least. Because it is protection. It is something that will scale with your run. Maybe not top mid-tier, maybe mid-tier. Okay, let's be real. Like, it still takes time for it to get going, but 6-room charge accelerates the amount of time it takes to get to like a strong item level much more quickly. So it'd probably still be mid-tier, let's be fair, but this is a really big change, and I would definitely like consider keeping this more often, because 6-room charge is like nothing. Like, that's really easy to get going. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me get some water. I'm realizing, because I didn't plan on streaming, I didn't really like prep myself, so let me get some water so that I can recover my voice a bit. Okay, thanks for waiting, guys. So, yeah, I'm really excited about this jar wisp change. I'll try keeping it more often, and we'll see where it goes. But at least this has an opportunity to be a much better angel item to see in many cases. All right, continuing along, Abyss. This was Tainted Apollyon's starting pocket active. Item quality now impacts the damage of the summoned Locust. Locusts now inherit many different effects based on the item destroyed by Abyss. Yeah, Abyss felt like an item that was a little incomplete, I guess. Like, it was good already, right? Like, it's not like it needed changes, but because it was good already. But it definitely felt like they kind of half-baked it, because there were a lot of items that gave special locusts, but you'd much rather just have that item than the special locust that item gives when you have Abyss. So it was a little awkward, but it seems that now they're given more special locust, and they're also making sure the damage scales with the quality of the item you consume, which is, I guess it's cool. But I mean, Abyss is already a good active item, so you know, it's not like it really needed this change, but it's nice. All right, then Flip. Charge has been reduced to 4 rooms of Tainted Lazarus only. That's a nice quality of life for Tainted Lazarus. Tainted Lazarus is a little hard to optimize. 4-room charges for this should help out a little bit, but I mean, at the end of the day, you still got limited number of rooms you can use it in. This mostly just helps with getting into the right Tainted Lazarus form for the room that you want to fight in, I guess. That's how I would see it, at least. I don't think like 4-room charges is as impactful for most other cases. I guess if you find other pedestals that you don't expect to run into, like maybe in the shop or something, then I guess that's where it's impactful, or the secret room. I don't know. Anyway, Flip was already good. I guess they're just trying to give Tainted Lazarus a little bit of help. Hey, Alec, what's up? How did Chewie feel about the Portal update? He was saying that, yeah, he knew this would happen, but it's yet to be seen whether this rework is still good in its own right, basically. But basically, he was saying he fully expected this to happen, where they got rid of a lot of what it was able to do before, like such as farming greed, farming mini bosses that give drops in general, going into like boss challenge rooms. He was expressing disappointment about that, but it's still yet to be seen whether this rework is a sufficient replacement for what it used to be able to do. Most people are saying it's like great. It's like, oh yeah, this is a great change, right? This makes the item better. But the things that it used to do are no longer possible based on what they've written for it. and he was indicating that, you know, making a double tap is troublesome, you know, because now it kind of doesn't work well in tandem with other double tap items such as Divine Intervention. Even, I mean, Spirit Sword is not like an example worth citing, but Divine Intervention for sure. Hemoptysis, whatever it's called, Hemoptysis, and, you know, all the other double taps. So, but yeah, I think that's the gist of what he was saying. Hope all is well, Alec. Maybe Chewie just likes unpopular items. Well, I don't think he liked Little Portal, but he thought it was really good, and obviously he's a big fan of using good items. I don't necessarily think he liked Little Portal, but I'm sure he liked what Little Portal used to be more than what they've made it into right now. And it was hinted at that he would feel this way, so yeah. But I don't know if it's necessarily accurate that he just likes unpopular stuff. But more so he's trying to get the most use out of whatever items in the game that he can, you know. All right, moving along. Portable slot was removed from the shop pool and added as a possible reward from slot machines. Ew. Ugh. I don't like this. Portable slot is a pretty good thing to see in the shop. I mean, okay, it's not pretty good. It was fine to see in the shop. It wasn't like bad. It was a 10-cent active, and it could facilitate some eco for your run. Yeah, so now it's gonna be really hard to see this item. I think the only pools that's left in now are what? Beggar pool? Is that it? Beggar pool? Oh dear, yeah. That's a big blow to it. You're so pumped to see Abyss? Yeah. I wonder what sort of things they would have changed for it, because it seems like they finally got to getting around to implementing the full functionality that they wanted for it. Because it definitely seemed like it was incomplete based on the functionality I had for this patch. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what it can do as well. Obviously, it was already a good item, but, you know, whether it's a good item or not is separate from whether the devs fully captured the vision they wanted for the item in what it used to be. So let's see if they've done that now. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this portable slot change. Maybe they just, I don't know. Maybe they just want to incentivize using slot machines more, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. Wait till read Hushy's update. Okay, all right. All right, cool. Next is Void. Charge has been reduced from 6 rooms to 4 rooms. Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, it's a buff. Void was already good. I don't necessarily think it needed to get buffed like this, but people were like, oh, Abyss is just better Void, which I don't necessarily agree with. I think they both fulfill their purposes quite well. Void is clunkier, of course, but it's still very good. And from what I heard, they buffed it into what it was, or into what it is now in Repentance, especially with the fact that you can also use it to take blinds. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Forum Charge, I guess, kind of zips people up about the Void Abyss debate. Which one is better? I don't know what else that would have done. All right, and then next is Epiphora. Tears upgrade from firing in a single direction is now a smooth increase instead of being staggered every few seconds. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool for sure. Definitely a nice quality of life change, I would say. It'll make this item a lot smoother in providing you extra DPS. So this is a nice change. This is really cool. I don't know. There's not much else to say about it. Okay, next is God's Flesh. Double the chance of Shrink Tears firing. Shrunken enemies now briefly flash white before growing back to full size. Enemies that explode, fire shots, or summon minions on death can no longer hurt Isaac if they're killed while shrunken. Oh, interesting. I mean, to be fair, you still want to be able to have enemies explode if you're trying to go for like secret room walls, using those enemies with death rattles. So this is a little bit of like a side grade. I wouldn't call it a downgrade outright, because, you know, doubling the chance of Shrink Tears firing is still nice, and obviously this was already a good item at helping with clearing, because you can just walk over enemies and it's you know, super nice for getting rid of problem enemies in concentrated rooms, or congested rooms, sorry. That being said, yeah, this change is definitely oriented towards the people that complained about getting hit by explosions while using this item. You know, I guess they threw them a bone. Sure thing. I don't really feel strongly either way, but I would definitely still see this change as a buff overall, because you're doubling the chance of string tiers firing, and at the end of the day, this item is helping you with clearing rooms. So that's always going to be nice. Okay, next is Hushy. While held in place, Hushy now fires radial burst of shots. Interesting. I don't know what this would look like. I guess I'll need to see a video or need to try to get this item myself, but this probably just increases the damage this item does. Before, this item was already doing like not terrible damage, and it was also blocking shots if you just held it in place. But now it's also firing bursts of shots. This is pretty cool. I'm interested in seeing what that entails, but for now I don't have a strong opinion on that either. Alright, moving along. It hurts. After taking damage, Isaac's tears will now leave behind small pools of blood creep for the room. Yeah, alright, whatever. I mean, yeah, whatever. I mean, It Hurts is not that good, but sure, they're making it a little better. I don't know. I mean, anyway. All right, here's a big one. I think a lot of people were curious to see what the devs would do to change this item. It's Mars, one of the planetarium items in the game. Basically, before it was a double tap to dash, double tap on the D-pad, and it would deal damage and give you full invincibility during the dash. Basically the same as if you used the a pony active item. It's the same charge as that pretty much, so it can also kill shopkeepers and the like. But yeah, here's what they did. In addition to being invulnerable when charging, Isaac will gain a 1-second bubble of invulnerability after the charge. Hitting obstacles will also causes a knockback effect to clear any threats from the surrounding area. What? What? Okay. Step back. Let's take a step back. So, we get the iframes during the dash still, right? Nothing changed there. But there's a 1-second bubble of invulnerability after the charge. So one thing that I was saying on a couple of streams when I was doing my achievement hunt was, yeah, it would be nice if Mars gave you slight invincibility after the dash, just to, like, you know, compensate for the fact that you might end up like right on top of an enemy's hitbox or contact box after the dash and then just immediately take damage. And, you know, that was always a little frustrating, I would say. But bubble of invulnerability, is this the same bubble as for Book of Shadows and for other items that gave like a shield? If so, that's pretty ridiculous, because there's a whole lot of implications for that related to blood donation machines, related to double beggars. So many implications potentially there. So I'd love to have a chance at seeing what Mars does currently. We'll try to play for Planetarium and see. But yeah, wow. Hitting obstacles also causes a knockback effect to clear any threats from the surrounding area. I wonder what this looks like too. I'm not sure. Does it just like destroy obstacles then? Oh, maybe it's like an impact. Like maybe it's like a damaging impact when you collide with an obstacle. That's probably what it is. In any case, this sounds like a massive change. I mean, honestly, I'm a big fan of this because, you know, they're still keeping Mars as it is. Like, they still kept the input, they still kept the double tap to dash, and they made it really strong. So, you know, that kind of caters to the people that were complaining about the item, that, like, you know, all the accidental dashes, while also satisfying the people that, you know, were a big fan of using the item already. So this is a win-win. Probably going to be up there with the best planetary items if I'm understanding what this change entails correctly. Definitely looking forward to see what that change looks like. But yeah, moving on. Evil Charm. This is a secret room item that gave like 2 luck or something and some status immunity. It also grants immunity to spider web slowdown, flame attacks, fireplaces, and poison mushrooms. Isaac can also stand an enemy creep for 1 second before taking damage. Wow. Wow, that is an overhaul. Those are pretty sick changes to Evil Charm. Yeah, this item wasn't that good before. I mean, it was fine. Plus 2 luck is decent. Some stat effect immunity is not bad either, but I think more importantly, the fact that they're giving you some like hazard immunity. There's no spike immunity, but there's a lot of other hazard immunity like flame attacks, fireplaces, poison mushrooms is super nice. Spiderweb slowdown, I don't know if that matters as much, but it's definitely nice still. And then the big thing too is the creep immunity for 1 second. That's super nice. That can make some of the more claustrophobic rooms a lot easier to manage. Mega Satan becomes a lot easier too, theoretically. Any other, engagement you have with a boss that leaves creep on the ground for a long period of time gives you extra space to work with. Even if it's for only 1 second, 1 second is pretty long. So this is a nice change for an item that was pretty underwhelming otherwise. Alright, then we got Vasculitis. Friendly radial shots fired after killing an enemy will now appear as blood clots to more easily distinguish them. So this is, I guess, a quality of life change. I don't know what this really means, so I guess we'll see in game if we manage to get the item. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell sometimes whether it's Vasculitis proccing or whether it's from an enemy death rattle. And you gotta dodge the enemy death rattles, obviously, right? So I guess it's nice for that, but no opinion on it otherwise. Little Portal, so this is the big one, has been completely reworked. So they're already prefacing it with this, aren't they? Double tapping a fire button is now required to launch Little Portal. So it's a double tap now, as we mentioned. After it is consumed, enough items and the room is clear, a single portal will spawn and the familiar will now disappear for the remainder of the floor. Entering this portal now takes Isaac to a room where he can pick up or drop off items. This room persists throughout the rest of the current run. Okay, that's pretty insane. I will say, that is pretty insane. So you get this item, right? You basically have like a wardrobe where you can put whatever you want. It's like a moving box almost. The thing is, you can only create the portal once per floor. But once you create it in the floor, you can always go to the room, and I assume the room is the same when you go back to that room. So it's literally moving box every floor. I mean, that's pretty good. I don't know. This seems good to me. Obviously, what it used to do before was great as well, but this is basically a different item now. I don't even think there's a comparison to be made here. Yeah, you think Chewy might like this? He just won't like how little you can use it. Yeah. I mean, I think this is a good item though. Like, obviously, it's so different from the previous Little Portal that I can understand the disappointment that Chewy would have, but this is super good. At least based on the eye test, based on my current, just-in-time comprehension. You can already see the death cert stacking. I mean, yeah, that for sure, of course. But like, just for the fact that you can, take extra, I don't know, cards, pills, trinkets to each floor, like, that's insane, man. Like, dare I say, that's almost better than Moving Box. I mean, okay, I shouldn't say better. Like, Moving Box still is able to have its niche, and you get to choose the room where you place the pedestals in. So, that allows for you to manipulate item pools a lot more manually, I guess. But this allows you to just take whatever you want per floor, which is great. I mean, I like this. I don't know. Like, it could have been worse. It could have been worse. Okay, but like, there are pedestals for you to place items or things you can drop. Yeah, exactly. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's bad because it can't, place it in secret room or whatever. But like, this is great. I'm excited to try this out. I've only played with Little Portal a little bit during my achievement hunt, but this change is honestly like pretty solid. Like, obviously you lose the You lose the ability to farm mini bosses. You can't go to boss challenge anymore with it. It doesn't facilitate some damage for you anymore, but it's still providing a lot of utility, and I'm a big fan of utility items, so I'm not super disappointed with this necessarily. In fact, I'm not disappointed with it at all. I'm very excited to try this out. The fact that it stays for the rest of the run is awesome. You literally have a room that you can rest assured you can drop things safely in, and there's no limit to what things you can put in there. Like, that's just great. That's awesome. All right, moving on. Linger Bean. The fart cloud is now deployed after 4 seconds. You and chew with your utility items. I mean, what's wrong with utility items? Utility items are sick. What's wrong with them? All right, Linger Bean. The fart cloud is now deployed after 4 seconds of continuous fire instead of 7. The cloud starts small and potent and will grow and deal reduced damage over the course of 10 seconds. Okay. I mean, I didn't really use Linger Bean that much before, but it did do decent damage when you need it to. It's just like a little hard to actually use. Or I shouldn't say hard to use, but like it's like hard to get it to do the hard carrying, I guess. But it's good. It's good for sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. No opinion on Linger Bean there. Make brain think, brain want to rest. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of utility items that don't really require thinking though. So, but anyway, okay, next is Jupiter. Now heals 2 red hearts instead of just half. Okay, nice, cool. Thank you. I mean, it just went from one of the best planetarium items to one of the best planetarium items. I don't know. I mean, it's still really good. So nothing changes there. But now it's even better. All right, then we got Butterbean. Recharge time has been reduced from 3 seconds to 2. Nice. Yeah, that's very cool. It's a very good change. Butterbean was, you know, it's good for, how do I describe this? It's good for like repelling projectiles, right? But, you know, because it was, you know, not always recharging quickly, it was hard to use in this way. So they're allowing for that to be a use case for it more easily. So this is nice. All right, the bean can now be reused after a 4-second cooldown. This is the one that like is like the poison cloud, I think, right? So they made it a cooldown item. Whoa, okay. This is a really good item now. Wow. Wait, am I mixing up Butterbean and the bean? I might be. I feel like I am. Anyway, this is still a good change. Like 4-second cooldown, that's huge. And same with Kidney Bean is 4-second cooldown. That's the one that charms. Yeah, that's really nice. Makes these items way, way better. Especially like 9 volt now is gonna allow these to pop off. So that's pretty sick. All right, Deadbird will remain active between rooms as long as the player is at half a heart. Yeah, I mean, Eve's, I don't know. I mean, whatever. I'm not even gonna say anything. I don't have an opinion on this. Eve requires 1 full heart for this instead of half. Okay, whatever. Data miner. Using data miner in a room with an item pedestal will now reroll into a glitched item. That's funny, I guess. I mean, I guess the cool thing about this is that you have a guaranteed way to get a glitched item now, other than TM Trainer, which I guess is just funny, but otherwise it's like whatever. How many people are actually using data miner anyway, right? So they just made it from a fighting item to a funny item. That's pretty much it. All right, fixes. So this is outside of the realm of individual item changes, it seems. Let's give these a look. Bomb rocks can now create bridges across chasms. Oh, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah, they couldn't do that before, so that's a nice change. Okay, fix the bug where Tech 2 and Mom's Eye would cause backward firing shots to do excessive damage. I wasn't aware of that bug, but nice, I guess. Fix an issue with the D4 unintentionally being... Oh, dear me. Oh, no. The D4 bug. Unintentionally being able to force all items in a particular... No! The D4 bug! Yeah, the D4 bug is gone. Oh my goodness. That's a massive change. Wow, so now you have Tainted Eden, a completely different character. I'm so glad I got my marks done already. I do not envy the people that have to play Tainted Eden after this patch. Wow. And I imagine this also, I mean, when I tested it, it affected Tainted Eden, right? But I imagine it also affects like Missing No and everything else that rerolls in the vein of D4. So, wow. That's a pretty big change. No more bug abusing. But D4 is like basically not that good anymore, right? I mean, if you're even using it to begin with, but especially now, it's not as good. Okay, well, yeah, that's unfortunate for Tainted Eden fans. Parasitoid egg sacs can now be created from technology shots and brimstone beams. Cool, cool. Next. When picking up cards, pills, runes of tainted characters who carry eternal items, the consumable is now placed behind the item and can be manually selected, avoiding unintentional uses. That's pretty cool, I guess. I mean, we all get hit with the funny, where we accidentally use the consumable, you know, after picking it up and not switching back to the pocket active, so... yeah, that's a nice quality of life change, I guess. They recognize that people were doing that quite often. At a certain point, you have to realize that it's probably a trouble, or probably an issue with the game functionality rather than the players. But yeah, anyway. The tick trinket can now be removed by picking up the lighter trinket. Okay, cool. I'm glad they're telling us that in the patch notes. The patch notes seems like a good way to understand how the game works, because the devs don't tell you anything otherwise. The 404 error trinket now shows which trinket is emulating. 404. Okay, this is actually pretty cool. So this trinket is like a random trinket effect every room, but before it didn't actually show what trinket effect you got. So now it will. I think that makes it a lot more usable. We'll see to the extent that it's usable, but I would say like a lot more usable. For sure. Because info is like massive for an effect like this. It's part of why like using Lemegaton is a little scary, because if you have car battery or if you have like a lot of wisp, you might not be able to see what items you have after a while, and you might not be able to manage which ones you want to keep and get rid of over time. So something like knowledge for this kind of item I think is really valuable. Alright, the short fuse trinket now makes bombs deal 15% more damage. Short fuse, that's the one that like makes the bombs explode faster. So they gave it an extra effect. That's pretty cool, I guess. I mean, it's still like not the best, but it's like no longer like the laughing stock tier, I guess. Okay. Then we've got the number of hits required to make the tonsil trinket create a familiar has been reduced from 12 to 20 to 6 to 12. Cool. Increase the chances of Wispbone and Bag Lunch trinkets spawning an item. Nice. Wait, before they were like 2% or something, or 3%, right? So that is, I wonder how much they increased it. That might actually be a big change, depending on how much they increased it. But still pretty cool. Little Delirium now contributes to the conjoined transformation. Why didn't it before to begin with? Anyway, that's nice. Once it's been unlocked, the Void Portal is now guaranteed after defeating Lamb, Blue Baby, and Mega Satan. What? Hello? So, no longer relying on coin flips, no longer relying on Hush to get to Delirium? Wait a minute, that's so big. For people who are doing unlocks, that's like actually massive. And also, I think a couple of streamers were talking about this before too, earlier in the day, but this actually means that you can streak Delirium a lot more viably. Like, you have a consistent way of getting Delirium. And people might actually consider just doing Delirium streaks in general. After all, that is a test of how long your run can endure. So, that'll be pretty interesting. I don't know if Tainted Lost players will do that necessarily. I mean, maybe. Why not, right? But Definitely like Eden players would probably do it, and potentially other players of other characters. Yeah, wow, very cool. Suddenly, having to go through Hush to get to Delirium is not even a problem anymore. Very nice. Honestly, that's a pretty good fix. If they couldn't really fix anything about like the Void in general as an area, especially the Delirium boss, then fixing the methods of getting Delirium is actually the best way to do it, because that was my biggest problem with Hush. It wasn't the boss itself, although the fact that Hush would like occasionally just do a flurry of attacks when it's low HP was silly nonsense. But the main issue that people had with Hush to get to Delirium was that it was a 30-minute time limit, right? And you had to get to Delirium afterwards, which means your run is probably not strong enough to also kill Delirium and Hush. So having a guaranteed way to get to Delirium without needing to go through Hush is massive. Hi there, Juan. Big day tonight, isn't it? With the Repentance update, Repentance Plus. We're going through the patch notes right now. Feel free to rewind in the VOD if you want to hear the thoughts on the earlier notes that we already read. But we're almost done here. So, added several new Eden hairstyles. Cool. Fixed Hush attacking more aggressively than intended when below 50 HP. Oh, nice. Oh, so nice. So big. I'm glad that they did that, because, yeah, that was super frustrating. Just almost guaranteed to take damage for no reason. Like, not even your fault. Like, it just happens, and you gotta try to dodge the best way you can, but it's just legit, like, you're bound to take damage, you know? I'm glad they fixed that. Fixed pay-to-play challenge incorrectly requiring Mr. Mega to be unlocked. Alright. Removed E. coli from Scatman challenge as it made the player virtually invincible. Sure. Fixed enemy tier projectiles not having the same collision size as blood projectiles. I don't know what this means, but sure, you got it. Fixed being able to reroll some enemies that shouldn't be rerollable. Eternal Flies, Evolved Blood Puppies, and Rag Mega's Purple Light Beam attack. Okay. Well, nice. Reverted Flesh Death Head's base HP from 30 back to its original value of 50. Who even is Flesh Death Head? Flesh Death Head. What? I don't even know who that is. Anyway. Increase the shadow size of Ultra Greed's coins to make them easier to see when falling. Cool, nice. Ultra Greed's coins can now be devolved into coin pickups by using the D10. Will anyone even do this? I mean, I guess it's cool. Like, it's cool for people that are doing unlocks, because you get to donate Greed Machine a little faster. But it's kind of hard to get to all those coins, right? And you have to do it before Ultra Greed picks them up and heals himself. But for people doing unlocks, that's pretty good, because you have the chance to get more money to donate to Greed Machine. We have to have specifically D10, which is, like, if you're carrying it that far, that's pretty rough. But again, for unlocks, it's probably fine. Especially since you probably do the Greed Donation Machine in regular Greed mode as opposed to Greedier mode. Looks great, genial. Yeah, I agree. I agree. A lot of these changes are really good. Game-changing changes. Stone Eyes now do a full turn before they start firing their laser. Oh my lord. These enemies are so toxic, guys. In Greedier mode, if they spawn in like Womb or Shale, you just get bodied. You just get legit bodied. Like Tainted Lost, the things are off screen. You bring them on screen and they immediately shoot at you. Like you have to like basically dodge preemptively. It's so bad. So they fixing this so they do a full turn now before they start firing their laser. Very nice. If I'm thinking of the same enemy at least. This prevents some unfair damage scenarios when entering a room from the bottom door. Yeah. Yeah. Very nice. Okay. Then we've got the next one, which is fixed shell games showing an outdated sprite when the prize is Scuttle. Alright. Added Skeleton Key, Best Bud, Angry Fly, and Sharp Key to the Key Beggar's prize pool. Cool. Sharp Key is pretty nice to have in there, but everything else is also pretty good. Skeleton Key, not bad. But I mean, I rarely get Key Beggar to pay out with something, so I don't know. Like pay out with an item, that is. Oftentimes when I get to pay out, it's this like paperclip or something. Fix several items that were missing from Greed Mode's item pools. Nice. Added several baby familiars to the baby shop pool, which were previously missing, and removed Sacrificial Dagger from the baby shop pool. Why was Sacrificial Dagger even in there? Right? So. But, okay. I'll be curious to see what they added. Fixed Guppy transformation not granting flight when obtained from kids drawing. Yeah, that bug was pretty weird. I'm glad they fixed that. It's like basically if you drop Guppy, if you drop kids drawing, and that would cause you to like lose Guppy transformation, and then you pick it up again, sometimes you just wouldn't have flight after you pick it up again, and it'll just be so bad. So good that they fixed this. Fixed Candy Heart and Soul Locket not updating stats when dropped and picked back up. Adjusted the price of several items in the stairway shop. Oh, interesting. What did they adjust, I wonder? Lowered the devil price of Ocular Rift. Ocular Rift is not an item I'm a big fan of, but by making it, I would presume, from 2 heart to 1 heart of a deal, probably becomes a lot better. Although still, I don't know if I would take it, but at least it's a little better than it used to be. It should have never been 2 hearts to begin with, in my opinion, but that's a separate matter. Lowered the shop price of D12 and pause in Greed Mode. Sure. Fixed D-Infinity, displaying the wrong number of charges when first picked up. Alright. Fixed Deathless, Sanguine Bond, and Member Card not working with Tainted Lazarus when held by his inactive form. Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, I see. Okay, cool. Tainted Lazarus bugs being fixed is always nice. Made Goat Head, D7, Pokégo, Child's Heart, Mom's Pearl, Black Lipstick, and Bible Track unobtainable in Greed Mode. Yeah, because these items don't do much in Greed Mode, huh? Yeah, fair enough. They don't do much, if at all. Made the Amnesia Peel and question mark pills unobtainable in Greed Mode. Cool, nice, good, I guess. Fixed Bird's Eye, Q-Baby, Pokégo, and Blood Puppy not being summonable by Lemegaton. Sure. Fixed several familiars not being summonable by a monster manual. Sure. Lowered the mimic charge of Soul of Judas from 3 to 2. That's pretty cool. If you have this with what's it called, Blink Rune, you have a much more spammable on-demand iframes. So that's pretty nice. Lowered the mimic charge of Hematemesis from 6 to 4. That is a peculiar thing to change. I felt like Hematemesis with placebo was already really good. 6 charges seemed reasonable. But they're making it 4 charges now. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Increase the mimic charge of the tower, reverse the tower from 3 to 4. Yeah, I mean, reverse tower with a blank card is really strong. So that's a reasonable change. That's like the only not buff, I guess. Or I should say it's only like nerf, from what I can tell. Did they nerf anything else? I guess the D4 bug being patched is like a nerf. But from what I can tell, they didn't really nerf anything else. That is the only nerf I can think of at the moment. Increase the health and damage of Wisp spawned when using Mega Blast and Delirious with Book of Virtues. Made adjustments to several unfair rooms, oddly configured rooms that would rarely spawn, and added several new rooms. Oh, new rooms. Oh. And adjustments to several unfair rooms. I wonder what they consider unfair. There are definitely a couple of rooms that are just nonsensical. Like, what do you do about it? Especially if you're playing like one of the Lost characters, or even if you're playing like just regular characters. Like, how do you do this room without taking damage, right? I wonder what they would have changed about these rooms, but I'm sure we'll see with enough playtime. And added a small amount of boss armor to Blue Baby, the Lamb, and Mother. So I guess they want to make these bosses a little more difficult or something. I don't know. These people like kill them too fast or whatever. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, these are overall really nice changes. I'm a big fan of them, especially Jar of Wisp. Let's go. I'm a big fan. I'm popping off. Like, let's go. Super happy that they buffed Jar of Wisp because now I can actually try to keep it. But there are some other nice things too, such as the Void being guaranteeable, and the little port change is interesting too. Yeah, there's a lot of other cool quality of life changes, so this is exciting, guys. Apart from the actual online play, which is very rough on the edges currently, I'd say this patch is great. I'm excited. What say we hop in, shall we? I'll play for like half an hour. I don't plan on making this a super long stream. We can play Eden, I guess, for now. Just mess around. I'm not going to do online. I already played online and it's pretty bad. I don't want to subject you guys to that. There's no need. This is a fine start, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, oh, I should probably not go into treasure rooms because we're gonna look for Mars, right? To see what's new about it. Man, it's been a little bit since I played, but things are slowly coming back to me, so it's nice. It's nice to be able to play the game with everything unlocked, isn't it? Isn't that so nice? Ah, oops. Yikers. Maybe we'll try to play the slot machine to see if we can get portable slot. Because from what I can tell, that's the only way to get it other than from the beggar, right? Oh, careful. Yeah, let's try to play for Planetarium. I want to see what Mars is like now. Sure, who cares? I'll pop the pills, whatever. I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, Secret's here, right? Most likely, so we can do that. I can get a soul heart. Let's go. Very nice. That way I don't have to use Yuck Heart. Range down, yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Pretty bad, pretty bad. Alright, let's go. Let's get out of here. And let me not go into treasure rooms. Gotta remember that. Let's look for the planetarium as soon as we can. Why did I do that? I'm washed. I'm washed. Streamers not beating the washed allegations. Out of my way. Is it just you or you're not seeing the gameplay? Oh, what? Oh, this whole time, I'm so sorry. Is it frozen? What? Why did it do that? I'm so sorry. It was stuck on the main menu? What? That is so weird. No, it's still frozen, dude. Like, I don't know what happened. Oh, that is so weird. Okay, I'm gonna try to... I'm gonna try to use game capture instead. Yeah, no, yeah. I did pause the game. Okay, is it working now? I'm so sorry, you guys. That's an embarrassment. Thanks for catching that, Frau. Okay. I think it looks like it's working now. Thank you. Yep. All right, thanks. Yeah, it does. Sure does. Come on. Range down, definitely not helping here. I think I'll use Yuck Heart if I feel like I'll get hit. Oh, that's uncomfortable. Whoa. Careful. Gotta protect this deal. Yeah, I'd probably need the High Priestess. Oh, cool. Hey, look, they changed the way that HUD displays the cards. It like stacks now. That's pretty interesting. I'll carry the Hangman still. Oh, great. This is a fun room. I should really try to look for secret, but I'm also in a little bit of a precarious position, so... Yeah, I don't know. Seems risky. Okay, there's shop. Okay. Yeah, this is weird. I'll go into vault. I have to. Otherwise, I'm in a little bit of trouble. I'll probably bring High Priestess into the boss, just in case I feel scared. It's a bomb, that's nice. Cool. Yeah, I won't use the bomb right now. But secret's probably here. Oh, great. Ah, darn. Summon spiders. Or not summon spiders, but spiders got summoned because of the vase. It's fine. We're good. Whoa. Okay. That is so scary. Nice. Yeah, I think we're gonna need this High Priestess for secret, so let's try that. Ah, there's multiple places it could be though. I don't know. I didn't help myself by not checking the room above this room here. Oh, it can't be there anyway. Okay, well, that is a lot more comforting. Let's go ahead and check here first. Nice. Okay, let's hope we get some value. Pretty please. Nice, we got the bomb back. That's pretty good. Alright, 9 volt. Okay, let me do this. The charge key, so let me do that too. I said 30 minutes and I'm playing this like a proper run, so this is probably going to be the only run we do today. Okay, super secret. Could be various places. I'm gonna try here. It's not a big deal if we don't end up finding it, but I'm gonna try there. Sad. Sad, sad. Oh, I forgot 9V. I need to buy it. So I missed a chance to get more money. It's fine. It's okay. Yeah, I'll just keep going. But yeah, hopefully we get a planetarium in a couple of floors. If not, then we'll just call it there for the stream. But even if we get a planetarium, it's not necessarily going to be Mars. So, and there's not really a faster way to get planetarium to show up unless I just speed through these floors, which maybe I should just do anyway. I don't know. Okay, we're blind. That's a lot of fun. Wait, they changed the color on these. Is it just me or they changed the color? These look a lot darker. The fireflies and the worms here. Whoa. That was a journey of a room. Oh, I didn't know those were there. Darn it. Oh, that's really scary. They're trying to keep one of them alive. It's too late now. Sure, I'll give this active a shot. Tier detonator. Oh. Whoa. I don't think I've seen this room before. Is this a new room that they added? It's probably a new room. Like legit. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, nice. All right, where's secret room or super secret room? Probably here. I'll give it a shot. Okay, secrets. It's probably it could be anywhere. Could be here. Could be there. Okay, it was there. And we'll go ahead and blow that up. Deal chance. I have no health. This is gonna be interesting. Still looking for a planetarium, of course. Okay. Yeah, they definitely changed the color on a couple of these enemies. It's interesting too. I keep saying it's interesting. I mean, this is still like a new experience. This is my first time playing Isaac in the midst of a new patch. So you guys have to understand, these things are still pretty new to me. It's a new kind of experience. Oh, this fight is going to be a lot of fun. I should probably bomb. Darn. I didn't see that. But I need to get its health down a little bit more so that I can kill it with the bomb. Because that's ideal. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was close. No. Okay, it's time to bomb. Oh, that didn't kill it? It might be dead, to be honest. Okay, I live for now. Come on, staying alive, staying alive. But yikes. Gotta reroll for some health. Nice. Should I buy this? Reverse Hermit. Yeah, I mean, that's unfortunate. Yeah, still gonna be a pretty bad position. The damage up is nice, but it's not a good position to be in. Honestly, though, that's like the best place to misdeal is a 33 floor, theoretically. Hopefully we get planetarium this floor. And hopefully it's Mars. Otherwise, I'll cry. Oops. Can't buy a sharp plug yet. Because I need some health. And unfortunately that card was not health. Planetarium, nice. Come on, please be Mars. If it's not Mars, this will be the last floor I'll do. And maybe we'll play some more Isaac this week. Alongside the Aria. No. Oh, stars? Hello? Wait, hold up, hold up, hold up. Hold up, hold up. Come on, Mars right here, right now. No. It's okay. I mean, these are good, but it's not Mars. So sad. So very sad. Oh, that's good. I'm so sad. No Mars. We'll just have to farm for Mars on streams that continue later this week. Oh, hello there. Can't believe there's a stars card in that planetarium. That's not a very common planetarium layout necessarily. But finding a stars card in there is pretty crazy. I would gladly get rid of my mom's perfume for that. It meant 2 more planetarium items. Especially if one of them could be Mars, right? So, gladly. Oh, wait. So, number 2 works with broken padlock, right? I should have been opening things with that. I forgot. Well, there's only one door I could miss with it, and it didn't really matter that much. It was the arcade door. But 1 cent could matter, you never know. Be careful. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is bound to happen with Saturnus. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. Now we don't have to worry about Saturnus. Hey, just what I needed. Very nice. Oh, I guess I could use number 2 to blow this up, but anyway, whatever. Anyway. Oh, I need to blow up a beggar or shopkeeper. Did I do that already? No, right? I'll blow up the beggar too, though, while we're at it. I want this angel room. What if we get the new jar of wisp? Gonna be awesome. Hi there, Orange. Want to play online? I'm about to hop off soon. I'm sorry about that. I really do apologize. Because after I finish this floor, I do need to retire for bed. or at least get ready for bed. But if you catch me again streaming this week, Isaac, I'm 100% down to play. I hope you find someone to play with. Ow. Why am I getting hit by this boss? Oh my goodness. Ugh. Sad. Yo, that is... I have never been more excited to see Glyph of Balance in the Angel Room. That is so sick. That's as good as it gets. Okay, yeah, Tear Detonator is still pretty useless. Soul of Forgotten. I should have left Strained outside, but I don't think I would use this for anything anyway. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to still finish off this run, so it doesn't matter that much. I would hold R since my planetarium wasn't Mars. Yeah. Alright, folks. Well, thanks for watching. I'm gonna call it here. Later this week, we'll play some more Aria. There wasn't planned to be a stream today, so that's why I didn't really play Aria at the beginning of the evening. But anyway, the plan is for there to be more Aria later this week, probably tomorrow. And after that, we'll probably play some Isaac. So look forward to it. I'll see you all there. Hope you all have a good one.